Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I have a super cool knife unboxing to share with you guys. Just an unboxing and first impressions, not a review. If this is what I think it is, the story behind this and how they created it is actually really interesting, because it, in a way, is kind of how I ultimately designed mine. But I think this has a much cooler name, and I'll get into it. Thanks so much to Aurora Knife and Tool for sending it in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. I believe the Kickstarter for this knife starts March 1st, so I'm going to try to, sorry for the hum in the background. So I'm going to try my best to have, I'm making cuts off camera because my personal information is on the shipping label on the other side. So, but anyways, I'm going to try to release this. Yes, this is exactly what I thought it was. There's two of them in here though. That's cool. So I'm going to try and release this right around that time, and then you guys can get in on the Kickstarter, where there's usually a better price, right? Okay, so actually, yeah, here's all of the details. Kickstarter starts March 1st, ends April 1st. Price, early bird, that's really great, especially what I'm assuming here. Yeah, look at that, S35EN titanium color. This is a great price. Even post Kickstarter, I'm not upset. I mean, I still want to handle it. I've handled knives from Aurora Knife and Tool before, for sure. So, I saw the video on this. Oh boy. Okay, let's just open them up. Let's open them up. Oh wait, this is a totally different one. So one, okay, so wait, so one is the Hivemind, and the other one, let's open up this one first, the truffles. The dark truffles. That's cool. That was the one that I reviewed, which I did very much like. Okay, dark truffles, here we go. Yes, familiar. Okay, if you missed out on this one, this is definitely one to pay attention to. Cool. And that button works so well. So the nice thing about this knife versus, for example, the PLXE from Riyadh, is that there is no forward choil position, which means, also because of the flipper tab, there is no way for you to choke up on this knife in a way that puts you in a position to accidentally disengage the lock, right? This works so well. Between the flipper tab and the opening slot here. Nice combat, super thin behind the edge. Compound tanto. I guess more of an American, or no, that's more of a Japanese tanto, I guess. Right? I'm not a blade expert. I'm not. It's crazy to say that and be 100%. I am not a blade expert. Even after 5,000 uploads on YouTube and handling everything that you could imagine. No, I don't consider myself a blade expert by any stretch of the imagination. This feels really good, and the front flipper works. No position. No, I lied. There is a position for lefty, which is great. Nice, simple popsicle stick style clip. Yeah. If the pricing on this guy is similar to the Hivemind, I think that's really neat. So very cool. There's the dark truffles. I don't know the details on... Oh, wait. We have actually a whole bunch more stuff. New and improved roundhouse lock. So this is on the truffles. Compare truffles, our first knife, to Hivemind. Okay, so that's the locking details between the two. I'll let you guys look at that there. Lock leaf compression posts. Posts in handle are drilled and compressed, creating a more secure fit for the lock relief. The lock leaf is still removable, just snugglier. It's an interesting one to read there. And then this also, there's some additional information between the locking systems. New and improved roundhouse lock. Compare truffles to our first knife, etc. D-shaped pivot collar. Nice. I do like that. A T6. I'm just kidding. Screw kept truffles pivot collar from rotating. The D-shaped keeps the Hivemind's pivot collar in place. So there you go. Very cool. All-in-one spring button. New mechanism replaces 3 other parts. Very cool. So this is the knife where all of those changes are made. And the claim here is that this is the world's knifiest knife, which sounds like a bold statement, but they actually have something really interesting to back this up. This is bigger than I thought it was going to be, and it put such a big smile on my face. Thank you. I honestly thought that this was going to be much, much smaller. So this is described as the world's knifiest knife. Oh my God, that is smooth. Good Lord, that is so smooth. So, right off the bat, it's unbelievably comfortable, and I love the copper pivot there. I think that's really cool. Obviously, that's going to patina immediately because that's where your finger goes, right? And that's okay. But very, very cool. Nice and solid. I love that. Why do they call this the world's knifiest knife? Because it's based on the world's knifiest shape. So, what they did apparently is they took all of a lot of, apparently over 500 knives, and they superimpose them over each other, which is funny because the first idea that I had for Excalibur, and we ended up changing a lot, but how I initially came up with my own Excalibur design was by taking the outlines of knives that I loved and drawing them over each other repeatedly and then erasing lines that I liked. Now, ultimately, I still couldn't keep those exact lines because I would be duplicating some specific elements of each knife. So what we did is we took that idea and then altered the entire thing. But ultimately, it's kind of the same idea here. They just did it with way more knives. So it's funny that ultimately what you end up with is essentially the most classic knife profile ever. It's funny, but it's also really cool that this is how they did it. So then they just kept enhancing it, right? And ultimately, this is what they came up with. The uniform shape between 100 and 550 overlapping knives suggests data saturation. That means you won't find a knifier shape by overlapping additional knives. That's peak knifiness. That's Hivemind. And that's exactly why they call it that. Funny, right? Now, to a lot of people, they'll say, great, cool story. It looks super boring. I don't know. I kind of think that the fact that they use that, even though it kind of came full circle, I think the fact that that's how they made this is really interesting. And it does, man, is it comfortable. It really is. There's something Shirogorov-y as well. I think it's probably the blade to handle ratio, you know? This is super duper smooth. That's cool. I love all the improvements there, and I love that you made it accessible for lefties. And yeah, I mean, either way, left or right-handed, you're not really in a position where you're going to accidentally disengage. I know that they are not going to let me keep this because there's a return shipping label in the box. Darn it. But maybe I'll have to pick one up for myself. Let's go ahead and measure it real quick. So the overall length here of the Hivemind, 8 1/4, nice. Blade length is almost 3.75. I'd say about 3.7. So there you go. There's your measurements there. And then the truffles, which you guys are probably familiar with, is almost the same, maybe slightly shorter. 8, and blade length is about 3.5. So yeah, slightly shorter. And then real quick, I'll weigh it for you guys, which I would love to do, but the scale is gone. Nope, there it is right there. Okay. God, I'm going to put a neon light on that thing. The weight, 4.1 ounces, actually a little heavier than I thought it was going to be, but the balance is a little bit, no, it's a decent amount back from the pivot. I think I'm just so enamored, is that the right word, by the aesthetic and the story behind it that it didn't really dawn on me that it was slightly butt heavy, but that's okay. And then the truffles actually weighs more, 4.3 ounces. Okay. So, the Truffles has a review. The Hivemind does not. It will get a full comprehensive review a few weeks down the road. But yeah, check out the price for the Kickstarter is great. Again, $179. That is awesome for something this unique. So very, very cool. I say unique like because of how they've built it in the lock, right? But you know, it's kind of fun. It's almost ironic that you come up with such a non-unique profile. But anyways, it is ironic. I'm getting the layers of this onion are probably much more shallow than I'm making them, and the knife is just confusing me. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.